maximum penalty for that offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is up to death and/or imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
Shocking new details in the brutal killings of 4 Idaho college students. The suspect, Bryan Kohberger, making his first court appearance in Moscow to face 4 first-degree murder charges. Prosecutors releasing a stunning 19-page affidavit which lays out their case. Kohberger's DNA was found on a knife sheath left next to one of the victims' bodies. Police then matched that DNA to trash from the suspect's family home in Pennsylvania. The documents also reveal that one of the surviving roommates woke up to the sound of crying on the night of the murders and froze in fear after witnessing a masked man wearing all black walk past her and toward a sliding glass door. She then went back into her room and locked the door. Okay, the affidavit is 19 pages. Judge, I know that you had it earlier today. You looked through the whole thing. What stood out to you?
Well, the first thing that stood out to me is that I applaud the police work in this case. I think for the longest time, everyone assumed that we were dealing with small-town USA who hadn't had a homicide since 2015, and they were all the Keystone Cops. What is clear from this affidavit is that on November 13th, they actually had the state police go with them onto the scene, the forensic collectors. So they had all their ducks in a row, and the FBI is on the case almost immediately. So that is the thing that gives me a great deal of confidence. Number one is the fact that we had an eyewitness who actually saw the murderer, heard the crying, and the murderer, the question is, why didn't he kill? What do we refer to her as? DM, I think. She described him as being tall, having bushy eyebrows, and of course he was tall, athletic build, bushy eyebrows. She said 5'10" or taller. He's 6 feet tall. The most interesting part of it is, of course, the car. And everyone talks about the cell phone and that there were 12 times before the actual murder where the cell phone was in the vicinity. But that is a tower recognizing it. We don't know how wide the space is that tower reflects the pinging of the cell phone. But his taking off from the crime scene was caught on a camera. Then what you see is law enforcement at its best. We think it's an Elantra. What year is it? And then they send it to the FBI and they go through with it. But the cop that impresses me is the one on page 6, and I'm not going to take a lot of time, he says that given the direction that the Elantra was going at 4:26, the morning of the murders, he assumed it might be going into the state of Washington. And that's a hunch. That's just a cop's hunch. And sure enough, once they started working with other law enforcement, they realized that, you know, they had pictures of Elantras. And then as it goes on, his fingerprint, or some forensic, we're not sure if it's his fingerprint, is on the button to the sheath of the knife. They match it to the father's DNA in the garbage can. Now you can rest assured they've got his actual DNA with the DNA on that, which makes it 1 in a trillion.
Greg, that's a good point about the police were taking a little bit of a beating from some people, but it turns out that they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they had it. They couldn't share what they knew for obvious reasons. You know, in the Oscars, when somebody wins an award, but they're not there, and then somebody accepts the award. Yeah. I would like to accept this award for Jessica Tarloff, who yesterday called this. Right? She called this about the traffic stop. She said that they were deliberately tracking him and pulling him over and to get whatever information they were getting. And she was poo-pooed, but I would like to accept the award and say that I actually called it. I'm the one who called it.
Yes,
yes. The traffic stop was so amazing when the suspect interrupts his dad, like right when he brings up where they were coming from. And he's like, looks so pissed at his dad. Like, Dad, shut up. Don't tell him where I'm coming from. You ruin everything. Yeah. Now I'm going to jail for life. But I do think, I think it really is a testament to like how well the law enforcement people have kept this under wraps, did everything right, and they're going to look vindicated. This guy looks like he's guilty.
The other thing is that they kept things so quiet, like nothing leaked. They were very good about it, including the information about the roommate who saw the eyewitness. She never said anything, and that is actually pretty remarkable.
Yes.
Yeah, she saw the guy's bushy eyebrows. That makes me a little nervous.
Yeah,
I actually
I thought
have an
of you.
alibi, so I'm covered there. I'm with the judge. This was a great job by the FBI. We criticize the FBI a lot on this show.
This is what they should be doing.
When they stay out of politics, look how good they are. And again, the locals did an excellent job collaborating with the FBI. They had all their ducks in a row, and they had a nice communication strategy, which was to lull this guy into a false sense of complacency, and so he kind of sticks his neck out, and they got him. Interesting little tidbits from the affidavit, too. He applied for an internship with the Pullman Police Department. You add that to the fact that he studies criminology, and he was like crowdsourcing things on Reddit. And also, the warrant for the phone shows him all around the crime scene that night, turns it off during the murder, and then turns it back on. And they go back earlier in the fall, and he was stalking the victims and casing the apartment.
Since August.
Since August.
So
and
it was targeted.
The cops had exactly pulled him over twice in the fall in the white Elantra.
Yep.
This guy, you might think he's smart, but he's an idiot.
Right. Harold, last comment?
I agree with everything. I think people who criticize local police and local law enforcement should applaud this, and those who have been critical of the FBI should applaud this. Finally, the motive here, this is one of the more unbelievable things. As I look at this young guy, he looks like someone you see on an airplane, a restaurant, in any building you go into, obviously in a classroom. Can you imagine those who've been in class with him for years studying criminology? And you see this, so it's obviously the tragedy and the humanity that it's lost and the families that have been hurt. But I look at this and you just wonder, what are we becoming? This guy, you wouldn't draw his face up and draw his picture up and draw his resume up as a person that would do these things. I'm not talking about his racial makeup, just him as a person and how he looks. Obviously, as you know these things about him, you say, oh, that guy looks like he's crazy. But if you didn't, you look at, I'm sure people in the classroom with him and say, you know what, this guy's a terrible, could be a killer. So I'm curious to hear more about the motive here.
The motive here, I don't know if you remember Leopold and Lowe, a friend of mine, as a prosecutor, mentioned it. It was a thrill kill. They were criminal justice majors at the University of Chicago. They picked a young child and killed him to commit the perfect crime. It was called a thrill kill. Leopold and Lowe, they were criminologists.
Wow.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.